Yo, Jacques Slade here. And so last week when it came to sneakers, it felt like the brands, they just kind of slowed down. They had All-Star and things went super crazy. And so they were like, let's chill for a week. Let's make some things that are unique, but let's not go super crazy. But this week, they're going basketball hard again. So let's get into what's releasing this week. But first, I want to ask you guys a question. So the whole Steph Curry and Under Armour thing that's going on. Steph Curry or Curry brand had like 500,000 followers on Instagram. And now they only have like 6,000. Well, they got down to 200. The folks over at Soul Retriever looked this up. And then out of nowhere, the Under Armour basketball account got 500,000 more followers. So I want to know from you guys, do you feel like it's petty for Under Armour to take the Curry brand followers and put them on the Under Armour account, or is it their right to do so and Curry brand has to kind of basically start over and get their own followers? I don't know. I just thought it was super weird, but anyway, let's get to it. First up, the Jordan Luka 77. This is dropping in chili red. This is going to be on February 23rd for $105. This color is popping. I really love the way this looks. For those that don't know, the Dot 77 is like the takedown model of the Luka shoe, and I'm always a big fan of takedown models because that's what you typically see the younger kids wearing because they can't afford the big signature shoes. Anyway, it's an interesting branding move. This is new Luka Jordan 77. It's simply called the Jordan Luka Dot 77, not the Luka Dot 77 2 or the Luka Dot 77 2026. It's the same name, but it's really a different sneaker. It's not totally new as the tooling remains the same, but the upper has been updated with a nearly all mesh look and the Jordan name prominently printed on the medial side. So it's a little bit different, but it's basically the same shoe. It's a takedown, which obviously, again, is great. And I love that kids are getting able to wear their favorite player's shoe, but they don't have to spend like $200 or $150 or whatever it is. Anyway, next up we have the New Balance Absorb 2000. This is going to be in triple black on February 23rd for $170. But you can also get it in slate gray, which I think looks a little bit better. And if you're a fan of the Absorb just period, you can also get this Taro and Electric Indigo colorway, which adds a little bit of purple vibes. Taro, is it Taro a food or is that a flower? Taro a food or a flower? I don't know. I'm just guessing here, making stuff up. Next up, we have LeBron 23 Honor the King. This is going to be on February 24th for $210. So the controversial Nike LeBron 23 Honor the King makes its way to stores after some initial backlash where people were questioning Nike and LeBron James' way of honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The color of the sneaker appeared to be inspired by the Lorraine Motel, which was the site when Dr. King was assassinated in 1968. While the motel has since been reimagined as the National Civil Rights Museum, there are certainly other ways they could have chosen to honor the king that, let's just say, doesn't invite questions. And I get the controversy. We just don't know the full story, and I think that's part of the thing. We don't know the full story, so I'll give them a pass on that one. Next up, we have the Air Jordan 6 PSG. This is going to be on February 24th for $215, and this is so Jordan Brand has a long-standing partnership with Paris Saint-Germain, and it continues with this new colorway that appears to be connected to their Night Edition kit that uses silver as its primary color. There's also speculation from Sneaker Media that this could be in reference to their 2025 Champions League title, the first in the club's history. And so I want to go back to you guys. If you guys watched the hard pass, we posited that the All-Star game should be in Europe. I want to know, do you guys think that's a good idea to have the All-Star game in Europe, get the players 2 weeks off, but they get the energy of playing in front of European fans instead of playing in front of American fans? I think European fans are different. I went to a game at Paris Saint-Germain for a soccer game. All right, I say a football game, sorry. And it's different, man. It's different. That kind of fandom, it'll change you. Anyway, Bluey fans, it's rejoice as your kids will be able to rock clods of their favorite family that also appeals to adults on a level that sometimes leaves them a sobbing mess. Take it from somebody who has friends who have openly admitted to weeping watching certain Bluey episodes. And it's just not a sentence I ever thought that I would hear, but adults really mess with Bluey. It's weird. So you have the toddler Bluey Crocs Classic Clogs. This is the violet colorway. Those are going to be on February 24th. And those are going to be $50. You can also get them in blue for Bluey for $50 as well. Now this shoe, I saw a lot of these out at All-Star, out and about. The Nike Vomero Plus. You can get it in black and anthracite. Now this one doesn't have a swoosh, which is a unique take on the shoe. It almost kind of makes it look like a technical Allbird, if that makes sense to anybody. For those, not that Allbird is doing very well right now, but this kind of gives Allbird vibes. Next up, the Jordan Session SE Shishiko. This is going to be on February 25th for $90, and this uses different materials and denim to really craft a very unique look on the shoe. For you GT Cup 4 fans, after a splashy debut during the All-Star weekend, you're going to get 4 new colorways that we'll be seeing in basketball courts really all around the world in the coming months. So you can get it in triple black on February 26th for $200. You can also get it in this USA colorway. See the navy or navy blue there, and then you see the red there as well. You can get it in photo blue, which again, photo blue and black kind of gives that whole popping like yin and yang sort of feel there. And then you also have them in university gold and black. Of these 4, I think I would I want to say the black, but I also like this yellow colorway. So I'm not sure. Maybe the gold. Maybe the gold. Yeah, gold and black. Anyway, February 26th for $200. New Balance. They are rocking with a new made in the USA 990 V4 in olive. That's going to be on the 26th. For you Jordan 1 fans, the Union Fragment Design Air Jordan 1 Chicago Royal is going to have a sneakers launch. This is going to be on the 27th for $205. So I would hold off on, if you're already trying to buy them at resale, at least go through the sneakers launch to see if you can get a pair before you decide to hop on eBay or Goat or StockX or anything like that. For you Nike Air Force One fans, we have a Nike Air Force One LeBron Low and Voltage Green. This is going to be on the 27th for $200. So this takes us to Hollywood with an homage to the green screens that LeBron spent plenty of time with while he was filming Space Jam. The sneaker features, I'm sorry, not Space Jam, A New Legacy, not just Space Jam. The sneaker features a bright green lenticular upper, a glow-in-the-dark LeBron-inspired midsole and outsole, and more nods to the king that I'm sure people won't take issue with, like the GOAT logo on the midsole, but you didn't hear that from me. Nike KD6 All-Star. This is going to be on the 27th for $145. So the latest Nike KD6 Retro takes us back to the 2014 NBA All-Star game with an homage to the New Orleans culture. From the outside, it looks like we're getting a one-to-one retro version of the KD6, so don't expect any Pro-Tro elements here. I'm curious to see if we'll be getting the same packaging and the special tarot card that was part of each All-Star sneaker from that year. I doubt it, but it's good. It's good to hope, I'll say. For you Foamposite fans, the Stranger Things Nike Air Foamposite 1 is having a sneakers release. That's going to be on the 27th for $250. They're just $250 is such an expensive price, but I get it. If you like the Foamposite, you're used to paying that price. I'm just not that big of a fan. Next up, we have the University Blue pair. This is going to be on the 27th for $240. So some of you might remember this pair from the Dr. Doom Foamposite Pros. I personally was not a fan of it because no one's been able to explain to me what the connection to Dr. Doom is. However, the Foamposite Pro now has a connection to Doom's nemesis, the Fantastic Four, with their light blue uniforms with the white trim. While we've never been able to change this pair's nickname to the Fantastic Four Foams, which I think would have been super dope, we're going to be brave souls who dare to dream. For you Air Jordan fans, we have the Air Jordan 5 Wolf Gray. This is going to drop on the 28th for $220. So 2011 Wolf Gray Air Jordan 5 is getting a retro for the first time, and it appears to be a mostly faithful recreation with the Jumpman on the heel. Not gonna lie, it would be weird if they put the Nike Air on the back, since that wasn't the case back in 2011. This is one of my favorite versions of the Air Jordan 5. It kind of reminds me of the Off-White pair, but even before that, we had these, and I feel like the Off-White was just like a version of these. Wolf Gray just looks good on these, and then the materials that they use for the upper is always super nice as well. Now, one of my favorite shoes from All-Star was the Converse Shade 001 Luxe Truffle. These are dropping on the 28th for $170, and so as the name implies, it's getting a luxury upgrade that turns the silhouette into something a little more in line with what you might see at a high-end mall, which actually fits in with the vibe of SGA. So there's premium nubuck on the upper, a deep brown shade, moves the sneaker even further away from the basketball court into the streets and even into the boardrooms. I think you could get away with wearing this particular version of the Shade 001 in a more upscale event. That's just how it feels. It feels like it's a luxury take on the shoe. Next up, the Jordan Air Series 2. This is going to be in white and metallic silver on March 1st for $115. For the women, you're getting an Air Force One Low, Key to Your Heart. This is going to be on March 1st for $130. The kids, you're getting an Anthony Edwards 2 Easter. This is going to be on March 1st for $100. Women, you get the Adidas Samba in the giraffe print. This is a crystal linen. It's going to be on March 1st for $110. And then for you Puma MB05 fans, you get the Mist colorway. This is going to be on March 1st for $130. It's a clean, totally normal colorway of the MB05, which we don't see very often, from the white upper and the gold detailing. It's honestly a nice change of pace from every other colorway that aims to break your perception of color. So kudos to the whole Puma team over there. Then you have the Puma All Nitro 2 Floje Johnson PE on March 1st for $140. So this is for the LSU star. Floje Johnson is the latest women's basketball star to get a PE dedicated to her that will actually release to the public. It's a heck of an accomplishment, and let's hope that it's the first of many as she navigates her final college season before heading to the pros. The strange thing is that Puma doesn't sponsor her school, so she's not going to be able to wear these on the court. but we'll see what happens there. Keeping with Puma, we have the Speed Cat Wedge in white. This is going to be on March 1st for $130. But then you also get that shoe in black as well. Wedges were a thing. These, again, March 1st, $130. These were a thing back in the day. I shouldn't say back in the, yeah, I guess it was kind of back in the day. Every brand felt like they had a wedge, and maybe this is the time to bring those back. So if your girl or your partner is not a sneakerhead, maybe you can show her these and see how she feels about these. If she feels like these are coming back, or if wedge sneakers are having a moment. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you guys. And again, let me know, is Under Armour being shady, or is Under Armour doing what they're supposed to do as a business? It's such a weird thing. I think we all have an affinity for Curry just because we like him as a player, and Under Armour is a brand. But if this was part of the deal, this was part of the deal. It feels petty, but I don't know if it's actually petty, if that makes sense. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. As always, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, favorite, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.